So I've been on a lot of jiu-jitsu vacations, but this one by far tops them all.
It's my first ever trip to Brazil. Because Rener was coaching Lyoto for his fight in Sao Paulo, I decided it'd be a perfect opportunity for me to meet him out there. I couldn't go to Brazil without going to the Amazon rainforest. The moment we get there, there is a nice man with a sign for Ariao Towers, and we get in the air-conditioned vehicle, 45 minutes to the location where we're going to take the boat, and then 45 minutes on boat, on a beautiful, beautiful boat ride to arrive at Ariao Towers. We arrive at a room which is called the Tarzan Suite for a reason, because it's a full-on tree house. We have to climb up all these stairs, but it's attached to a trunk of a tree. And it's, I don't even know how many meters above ground, even above the stilted walkway. So we are right up there in the trees.
Literally from inside the bathroom, I look outside and I see some little critters jumping around in the trees out there. And I thought, man, I gotta go out and check this out. So I go outside and there they are. These little spider monkey looking things. And I think, man, this is amazing. So I had like some leftover little crackers, you know, some simple little crackers in my backpack from the trip. And I'm like, let me see if they like this. And I threw him a little couple crackers, and one starts squeaking and he calls all the other ones. And before you know, we have half a dozen or more monkeys literally jumping on me, fighting for a little cracker. And it was unbelievable. So I called Eve out and she's in the middle of brushing her teeth.
Rener's like calling me, Eve, come out here, come out here. So I come outside and Rener's there doing what? Feeding the monkeys, because why? They say not to feed the monkeys. And so now there's like all these monkeys that are like jumping him for food. And I come out there and then he like hands me a piece of polvillo, and I'm brushing my teeth while there's like monkeys jumping on me. And I'm like, I'm not ready for this yet.
They have little hands. They have little jiu-jitsu fingers.
Looking in our pockets, opening our hands. And it was obviously so much fun. Like, these monkeys are adorable. The best thing about Ariao Towers is they have everything set up for you already. They already have all these missions and adventures planned for you, so you don't even have to think. You just get on a boat and they take you to the next adventure. So our first adventure was to go to visit a local native family in the Amazon and to see kind of how they do things and how they live and what they eat.
They show us some amazing fruits from the Amazon, and then they get out this little small coconut looking thing and they chop it open, they open it, and it's the Brazil nut. Inside this little coconut thing, there are like 16 or 20 actual seeds, and these seeds, when shaved open, are the actual Brazil nuts that you hear about all over the world. They literally cut a Brazil nut open that just fell off the tree, and eating this nut, you guys, it was so buttery, it was so juicy. I almost felt like I could liquefy it and drink it. Oh my God, it was amazing.
They introduced us to the cassava plant, which is basically the root that tapioca comes from.
This is the root that they take, they shave it up, then they use that and they grind it through this incredible process. Incredibly like primitive grinding wheel that they shave it through. Then they take the shavings, they put it in like a little Gracie juice bag looking fabric, they squeeze the juice literally out of it, and you end up with this dry pulp that they can use for different things. They take that juice, they put it in a little cup, they let it kind of stay there and evaporate, and eventually it kind of separates, and the actual substance that stays in the side of the bowl, they take that out after they extract the liquid, they use that and they make the tapioca flour.
So of course we were in heaven, because this is like fresh tapioca straight from the source, and she makes us these thick, beautiful, warm tapiocas, and they were just amazing. The next morning we go on a jungle walk with our guide João.
Pouring rain on the way. We take our canoe, but it is drenched. Like, it couldn't be pouring heavier drops of rain as we're getting out there. And we're all covered up in these like little ponchos, and it's just blasting. We get there, all of a sudden the rain stops in the forest and we're cruising through. Literally, he shows us the actual processes in the jungle. He teaches us how to take the palm leaves down, which tree to choose, how to peel it, how to fold it, how to maneuver it to make different types of shelters.
The first thing he showed us was this babaçu fruit. And it's kind of like a coconut. So he chopped it open, and inside there's like 3 little holes filled with kind of coconut meat, if you will. But what happens is that sometimes larvae get inside and they eat this coconut meat.
So he cuts one open and he finds one with 3 larvae inside. He literally uses a little twig and he pulls the larvae out. You guys, this is a glorified Amazon jungle grub to the highest extent. This thing is fat and juicy, and he's like, Rener, they eat them all the time. It's one of the main fruits of the Amazon. You can eat it for sure, no problem. And He says, Henry, I said, are you sure it's healthy? He says, yes. I said, is it great? Gracie diet approved? Are we gonna be okay, Gracie diet? He said, 100%, no problem, go for it. So he gives me this jungle freaking grub, and I put it down, you guys. When I bite into it, it explodes. It juicifies. You guys, Eve ate the juicified grub as well, the Amazon jungle plump grub. And you should have seen her little face, and she did the whole squiggly dance when she ate it and it just exploded. It was unbelievable. So then we go on, and the guy takes us, Joan takes us to show us how the native indigenous people here actually catch the rodents of the rainforest. So these guys literally set a little trap, unbelievable. He showed us the whole process. You take a tree, you put it down, you tie a rope to a vine, you make the vine into a little lasso, the lasso sets a little tripwire, the tripwire rips it up, and then once it rips up, it actually picks the thing up and hangs it by its neck. It's unbelievable.
So that evening we go piranha fishing, which Rener was like excited about from the very beginning.
I was very excited for this because my dad told me about this. My dad has been here 10 years ago. Get bamboo rods, string or the fishing wire, put a hook on it and put a cow's heart chunk. And you go fishing over there. And my technique was legit, you guys. I would jiggle the thing so nicely. And then when the thing bit, I would rip and it would boom and it would boom. And I caught first a little red belly and then I caught a big white belly looking something piranha, like almost as big as my hand. And I was very excited about that. So I can say that my piranha fishing technique was definitely blue belt, 3 stripes, and it was legit. Now, I didn't know what to expect, but you guys, I couldn't be happier with the food. You wake up, they make tapioca pancakes for you. You take that with your scrambled eggs or your omelet, you blend it together. Literally, I felt like I was in the Gracie compound back home making my own breakfast 100%.
And then lunch, you know, they always cooked up some great fish or chicken or beef, had salad, vegetables, bon queijo, of course, and everything was just fantastic.
And then dinner. I like to have fruits for dinner. They didn't typically have fruits. They had like a cooked food buffet, but guess what they did? They brought out a platter.
Watermelon and honeydew melon and papaya, and they had all of that there, and they would just bring out endless fruit for us. It was fantastic.
So later in the afternoon, we get to go visit an indigenous Amazonian tribe. Now, you guys, this is legit like a real tribe.
I've never experienced anything like this because this is these are actual indigenous people that have not yet been affected by, you know, modern technology like electricity and television, and you know, they still have their rituals and their dances and their ways of life and their ways of eating, and it was fascinating to see, and they shared that with us. They danced for us, they explained some of their rituals to us. I even got to dance with them, and it was a really just wonderful experience. And my favorite was this little girl with a monkey on her head. That was like her little hat. There was a monkey who just loved this little girl and was just hanging out on her head the whole time. And you could just see their smiles and their happiness, and you know, their willingness to share everything with us was just wonderful.
The Caiman spotting tour was ridiculous. So we get in a boat like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, pitch black. We get out there. They have this huge spotlight, like literally pointing it across the river as we go. Boom, boom. And when they find the Caiman, so they go straight in, they creep up on it, and while one guy holds the light, kind of blinding the Caiman, the other guy walks up, gets into the water, climbs out of the river there, and he jumps on it and grabs it by the neck, and the thing goes freaking crazy. But he has a rear naked choke on it, and he legitly holds it, and they're not huge. They're only about 1.5 meters, 2 meters, but he grabs it, picks it up, pulls it on the boat, and lets all of us hold the Caiman.
And they really explain everything about these Caimans to us, and you know, explain their role in the Amazon, and you know, we all got to hold the Caiman. And so I got to hold him, and I felt like really proud. I feel like my brother would be really proud, Philip. Of course, he probably caught the Caiman himself, which I didn't do, but still, I felt pretty cool holding that Caiman.
The next day, we have the dolphin dive. So we get to go literally in the river with the dolphins.
And this is the only place in the world that have freshwater dolphins. So the best part about this is that these are not dolphins that are caged in, that are trained. These are wild dolphins that only come to you because they know they're going to be fed and because they want to. So it feels like a real relationship. And they were just so fun, so playful. It was a really amazing experience. Although the only scary part is like afterwards you realize that this is the same river that we caught the piranhas in.
This was by far the most amazing vacation traveling experience of my life. I felt like I was at a zoo, but the animals weren't in cages. I felt like I was at the Jungle Cruise in Disneyland going through the river, but the animals were alive. They were actually real. The whole situation was real. It was the most informative, eye-opening, traveling experience of my entire life.
I definitely want to thank Ariau Towers for giving us this life-changing experience. Everyone has to experience this because it's the only time in your life possibly that you'll come in contact with these different cultures that do things so differently and so simply. And it just is a reminder that you can live a simplistic but extremely happy and healthy life. And I think we all need that perspective from time to time. And if that doesn't inspire you, then just come for the monkeys.
Rolling.
It's rolling.
Rolling. He found the freaking cookie in my pocket. Oh my God, he went all the way in. He went all the way in and got it. There's no more, homie, there's no more. Okay, let's go before they jump me. Come on, quick, let's go. Dang. He jumped in, he put his hand all the way in. I gotta find a way to share this experience with everyone that I love, with all of my friends and my close family members and friends, because this is something that'll change your life forever. And if only I could think of a way where I could get all the people I love, get them here to the jungle and experience this with me. And maybe tie in some Jiu-Jitsu. Gracie immersion camp. Interesting.